We're kicking off this spring set with short green acrylic 3D with some bling and French tip nails. So I'm going to be using the body of my brush to go ahead and shape the tip of the nail. I am using the Cover Base Pink from Mia's Secret, and I don't know if it was blush or something or another color, but I had bought like a large container and I'm just not running out of it. So I'm using this pink here because I felt like it would look really great with the green. And I was right, it looked really good. And I still got the nails on out. I'm going to keep them on. I did apply these nails with base coat. So I put base coat down. And then I also put base coat on the nail tip and cured it. So I'm curious to wonder like how long they're going to last. I did not do like a thick coat or base coat at all. But moving on to the cuticle area, you want to make sure that you're using a semi-dry / medium bead. And when you're doing that, you want to go ahead and tuck the cuticle area in with the tip of the brush. Now right here, my acrylic was starting to dry out. So when that happens, you want to use a little bit more pressure with the brush and you want to put a little bit more monomer on it. Since the bead is already drying out, you want to go ahead and try to make it a little bit more on the looser side so you can mold it into the rest of the nail like how I'm doing here. And if you get any indents, just fill the indents in. Now moving on to the thumb. The thumb, I don't know why people act like the thumbs don't be thumbing, y'all. The thumbs need love too. So we're going to be going ahead and using the tip of the brush again to apply the bead onto the nail. And then you're going to use the body of the brush to shape the nail down. And you're going to be using also the body of the brush when you are wiping the sides. Okay, this is the second bead. And you see how that acrylic just pops up off the brush? That is the perfect consistency that you will want your beads to be, especially if you want to have more control over your beads without having to run all over the place. So work on the application like that and it will come. Trust me, it will come. The cuticle bead is going to be placed an inch above your actual cuticle area, and you're going to use the tip of the brush to push it into the cuticle area, but you do not want to push it too much in to where it's touching the skin, but you want it to make it look like it's growing out of the actual nail. Moving on to the French tips. I gave you guys a little more up close versions for it with different angles. Let me know what you guys think about this editing style of the video. So I decided to use some pigment powders. Yeah, I know that it's going to kind of look like it's out of the area, but it's actually not. I just did a test finger first. So the index finger was the test finger. So we're going to go ahead and apply the rest of the French tips to the rest of the nails. And when you're doing French tip, it can be kind of intimidating, but do 2 lines on the side, 1 line across, and then connect them together as like an upside down U shape. And with my applicator tool, with the curved white, you cure the white first, and then with the applicator tool, you get a little bit of the pigment powder, apply it on the applicator tool, and then you rub it thoroughly inside of the white pigment, inside the white gel polish. I say thoroughly rub it in because I did not top coat this up until the end, meaning like when I brushed it off and everything, I did not cure it. And we're going to go ahead and work on the French tip for the thumb. I was going to do something with the thumb, but I just left the thumb as is, which was just the regular French tip, because on all the other nails, they do have a design, and I wanted each and every one of my nails to be like somewhat unique. In the thumbnail, I like doing a thumbnail, but you know, a nice little simple thumbnail is good enough, at least for this set here. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, working with the pigment powders was actually really fun. They're really fun. They're really easy to work with, and I definitely look forward to doing more French tips with pigment powders because I have a lot of them, and I'm just staring at this nail set, and I just really like the way it turned out. Like, the short nail sets are in the building. Like, at first I was like a hater for the short nails, but you know, I'm slowly coming around to them. I like them. They can pack a statement too, you know, just so you know. So we're going to go ahead and thoroughly apply all of the pigment powders. And I just got these pigment powders here off of Amazon. But yeah, perfect for coloring French tips. Like, if you cannot afford gel polish right now as like a DIY affordable one, go ahead and get you some pigment powders because it looks just as good as gel. Now that we're on to the 3D acrylic flower, we're going to go ahead and start with the petal 1. You want to get it to polymerize a little bit to where it's kind of like matte, glossy. I would say a little bit more glossy on the top. And then you want to press it in. So as you see how it's a little gloss on the top. Now it's ready to mold. And you just want to use the body of the brush to mold it. You're using the tip of the brush to set it on the nail to break it a little bit in the middle, and then use the body of the brush to go down, and then you go left, and then you go right. And that's exactly how you're going to get the petals. Sometimes you can do 5 petals, sometimes you can do 4 petals. It genuinely just depends on how big the spacing is. But y'all, I haven't done 3D acrylic flowers since last year. So I feel like this is great practice and upgrading for me since last year, but I feel like I still got it. You know, y'all know how it is when it comes to nail trends, but remember, when you are doing the 5 petal flower, any petal flower, you're using the tip of the brush, and this is the final look. And thank you guys so much for joining in. Like the video, comment a green heart if you guys all like the way it turned out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, your time is the most expensive thing on earth, and you chose to share it with me. And I will always forever be grateful. And let me